Welcome back to Seeking Peace Newsline. I'm Malik Jordan. A few days ago, tragedy struck Minneapolis. Lives were stolen, families shattered, a community left to pick up the pieces. And yet, scroll through the headlines today and you'll see what stock market shifts, celebrity gossip, the next storm brewing overseas. It makes me wonder, have we already forgotten? And if we have, what does that say about us as a society, as believers, and as people who claim to care about peace? Here's the truth. This isn't new. We've seen it before. A mass shooting makes the front page. It trends on social media. For 48 hours, people change their profile pictures, type out their condolences, maybe even send a donation. But then silence. The news cycle shifts and we move on. It happened after Buffalo. It happened after Uvalde. It happened after Charleston. Tragedy is consumed like content. We grieve briefly, but we don't linger. We shake our heads, we sigh, and then we forget. But when we forget, we send an unspoken message to those who are grieving. Your pain was temporary. Your loss is no longer worth our attention. But what if we were never meant to live like that? What if forgetting isn't neutral, but actually dangerous? The Bible is filled with commands to remember. Hebrews 13:3 says, remember those in prison as if you were together with them in prison, and those who are mistreated as if you yourselves were suffering. Romans 12:15 tells us, rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. And even in the Old Testament, God told his people to set up stones of remembrance so that generations wouldn't forget his works or their own history. Why? Because memory shapes identity. What we choose to remember or to forget forms the kind of people we become. If we forget suffering, we become callous. If we forget injustice, we become complicit. But when we remember, we resist apathy. We stay tender. We stay awake to the pain of others. And that is where peace begins, in a heart that refuses to look away. So what do? Because let's be real, none of us can carry the full weight of every tragedy. If we tried, the sorrow would drown us. But here's what we can do. Pray daily for those affected. Not just the first day, but the 10th day, the 30th, the 100th. Let's prove our prayers aren't just hashtags. Reach out to community groups. If you're in Minneapolis, or even if you're not, there are churches, nonprofits, and counselors walking with grieving families. A card, a note, a donation, it matters. Keep the story alive. Use your voice, post, talk, remind your circle that these families still exist, still ache, long after the headlines fade. Because memory is resistance. Refusing to forget is one way we stand with the grieving. When we hold their story, we tell them your pain is not disposable. Your life still matters. Tragedy fades from the news, but it doesn't fade from the hearts of those who lost someone. So maybe the question isn't have we already forgotten? Maybe the better question is, will we choose to remember? Remembering is costly. It requires us to slow down, to care, to enter into pain that isn't our own. But in a world where forgetting is easy, remembering is an act of love. And it's through that love that peace, even after tragedy, becomes possible. I'm Malik Jordan, and this is Seeking Peace Newsline. Don't forget, choose to remember.